I'm going to walk you through the installation of the J&L oil separator for your Bronco Raptor. Included in the J&L kit is a fully assembled oil separator with quick connect fittings, a mounting bracket, mounting screws. The tools you're going to need for installation is a 13mm socket, a 6-inch extension, a ratchet, and a Phillips head screwdriver. Let's get started. Our first step, we're going to need to remove our factory PCV line, which, looking at the front of the engine, is this line that's shaped like a horseshoe. It's going from the PCV valve to the intake manifold. You'll notice that there's these blue tabs on it. The tab sticks out, and all you need to do is push that tab away and then pull up on the fitting. It is in a tight area. And then you're going to do the same on the PCV. Okay. And to remove it, so you see this tab, you pull that tab and lift up. Now we're going to go and prep our oil separator for installation. You'll notice there's a logo on the bracket and a logo on the oil separator. You're going to align those two logos so they are facing the same direction. And then you're going to use the supplied screws to fasten the bracket to the oil separator. Now our mounting location is this 13mm nut. There's a stud that's sticking through off the battery hold down, and we're going to remove this nut. We're going to take our J&L assembly. We're going to slide the bracket over that stud that we just exposed, and then we're going to reinstall our nut. I'm just going to snug this nut up for now. I'm not going to tighten it all the way down. This will leave us some adjustment for our bracket. Now for routing our hoses, you got one shorter hose and one longer hose. The shorter hose is going to run to the intake connection. The longer hose is going to go to the PCV. So we're going to take our hose and we're going to go underneath this charge pipe. And we're going to make our connection on the intake. Now, for whatever reason, this fitting was facing the wrong direction, like that. Don't try to twist this hose to make that connection. Just spin these fittings. They move. So they might be tough to break free initially, but they will break free and they'll spin all the way around. So we're going to do that here to make that a nice smooth route of the hose. We don't want that hose to kink. All right, so that hose that we just ran to the intake, as you can see, it's run below the charge pipe here, above the charge pipe to the throttle body, and then there's this little coolant hose here. It's in between that and the charge pipe, so that's not even touching that coolant line. Now our hose to our PCV, we're gonna go underneath this coolant line. Okay, we're gonna pull that through, and that's gonna route to the PCV. And just double check. We just don't want that pulling hard on that coolant line. It's fine if it's just touching the sheathing, but that is nice and loose there. So everything is happy. And then we're just going to double check our lines here. And we got some adjustment here in the bracket to pull them tight or give them some slack. So once it's where it wants to be, we're going to tighten up this bolt. Now to remove our connections, if you ever needed to, there is a large green tab on them. It even says push. All you do is simply push in on that tab and that releases the fitting. All you do, again, push that button and then put some pressure against the fitting and then pull off. Okay, so you don't need to remove those clips. Just a push button release. That completes your installation. What we suggest you do is, after 1,000 miles, check your oil separator for how much it's collected. average collection on most EcoBoost 3 liters and most of the EcoBoost V6 line. It's about 1 ounce of oil every 1,000 miles. So check it at 1,000. It'll give you an idea how often you'll need to service your can. The can in its default form holds 3 ounces. This kit is compatible with our extension that doubles the capacity of it to get you to 6 ounces. That way, if you wanted to try to make it to a complete oil change, you know, at 5,000 miles, that should give you the needed capacity. You'll want to check your oil separator more frequently in the winter months because this oil separator builds some condensation in it. When you're driving down the road, you got 200-degree air entering this oil separator, and it's getting blasted with cold air, ambient air coming through the grill. So that's pretty common in oil catch cans. So just one, and if you live in a cold climate, you know, the northern part of the US or in Canada, definitely keep an eye on it more in the winter time, and then go from there. If you have any questions, please reach out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.